Hi guys, welcome back to yet again another week of Operation SUGGAR Inspire and Grow. This week, well, a couple minutes ago, we would have just covered the entirety of the reflective mindset. This is the final mindset we had to cover in the whole leadership aspect as proposed by the World Association of Girl Guides and Girl Scouts. We had 6 mindsets to cover. We covered the reflective mindset, we covered the responsible mindset, the worldly mindset, the collaborative mindset, the gender equality mindset, and the creative and critical thinking mindset. Today was the final mindset we had to do. Next week will be our last week of this 8-week session where we'll be closing and having our certificate presentation. So when we started our session today, we would have started with our B. We start each and every week with our B's. This week we had our reflective B. So in the head of our B's, we would have written what we think this mindset was about. And then we got into the mindset. So we looked at what the reflective mindset is about, and we came to the conclusion that this mindset is one of the more important or the most important mindset, as it deals with is the first step in practicing good leadership, working on self-awareness and emotional intelligence by taking time to look at ourselves critically but without judgment. After that, we would have went straight into what does it mean to be reflective. So to be reflective, it means to be thinking about our behavior and the impact that it will have on others and our surroundings. Being reflective also means exploring our values and beliefs and how to be true to them when we are practicing leadership. It means cultivating curiosity, holding space for learning about ourselves, caring for ourselves, recognizing and creating the conditions we need to thrive, those kind of things. After we looked at what it means to be reflective, we went straight into how we use this mindset. So we stated that we could start journaling, we could find a way to relax and calm down ourselves, find our happy place, asking yourself the 5 W's, which are the who, when, what, where, why, and those kind of things. We also looked at the sugar that I attached to today's mindset, which is discipline and personal development. So we looked at the personal growth loop, which is inclusive of self-care, self-discipline, and self-development. So we explored those 3 topics, and we did a little experiment. We did the 36 item Tangi self-control scale. So that scale looks to measure 5 components of our being, which is our general capacity for self-discipline, our healthy habits, our deliberate or non-impulsive actions, how reliable we are, and our work ethic. So we did that scale, and we got to see how controllable we are, how much self-control we have for ourselves. So we did that. After we got past the sugar we attached to today's mindset, we looked at how we use this mindset. So we stated oftentimes we unconsciously practice this mindset without knowing that we're practicing it, obviously, because it's unconsciously. We often engage in overthinking when we study long and hard about a particular topic or situation and try to get to the bottom of it or try to figure it out in our heads. That is reflection, in a sense. When you start taking time for yourselves to quietly sit and journal or document certain aspects of your life, that too is reflection. When we find ourselves asking pertinent questions like the 5 W's, or when we're able to sit back and look at all the things that we have done. We also talked a little bit about why it's important for us as leaders to use this mindset. So we concluded that it's important for us as leaders, our future leaders, to use this mindset in order to draw meaning from our past experiences, be aware of ourselves and others, explore and develop our values, beliefs, and some of our norms, reflect on our actions and how they impact others, and make sure we keep learning from our experiencing and adapting our opinions and stuff like that. So we watched a short video on reflection in leadership by Mr. Peter Bregman, I think, Mr. Peter Bregman, and then we talked a little bit about that, and then we got right back to our reflective B's, and we finished our B's for the day. So that was it. After we looked at our video and we completed our B, we got straight into the takeaway activity for today. So our takeaway activity was, write a short letter to your past self on how you've overcome a barrier and grow as a leader, or write a letter to your future self stating how you want to overcome all these barriers that will be in your way and become the leader that you want to be. After today's takeaway activity, we would have reflected. See how we use the mindset. We would have reflected on all of the activities or assignments that we would have had to do over the weeks, and we kind of said, if you haven't submitted your activities and stuff as yet, this is the time for you to submit them and all of that kind of stuff. So we went through week by week the activities that we had to do and stated that we would submit them along with this week's one. And that was essentially the end of our session. Okay, so next session will be next Saturday, which is Saturday, May 29th, beginning at 5 p.m. sharp. So come prepared to discuss all 6 of the mindsets, because that will be our final session together. That is going to be our closing ceremony and our certificate presentation. So don't forget, submit all of your activities. If you haven't submitted the correct spelling of your name as well as your photo as yet, please do so before Thursday, May 27th. And I shall see you guys next week, Saturday. Bye, guys. Thanks for coming.